failure. It's
Yeah.
experience. It's experience. Like you learn from it. You take what you can and just apply it to a different way of success. So or a different way to kind of just get over the anxiety. Um, but some people they are too far. It's hard to try to help them or hard for them to receive. I would say that hard for them to receive the advice. Um, but I would say that definitely there's definitely a way to get over that. You know, so yeah, those are good. Those are really good. Like as far as your story, like it makes sense. You know, um, this I would just add on to that and just say, still give it 110%. Uh,
Okay. Eh, And then what about concentration is another form. I feel like this one's kind of underrated. Um I feel like it kind of go coincides with worrying too much, but concentration
Yeah.
issues. Having difficulty concentrating is a common symptom of anxiety that can also be considered a side effect of worrying or sleep problems. Yeah, see, if you struggle to complete work or school assignments and find yourself blanking out, anxiety may be to blame. Those who have this symptom might also procrastinate, either knowingly or unknowingly. That is, if they aren't already distracted by anxious thoughts.
Ooh, yeah, that's a strong one.
This one is definitely something that I struggle with the most.
Right.
Concentration. Um, I I usually have so much going on in my mind that I try to sort everything out and I get nothing done. I mean, I don't get nothing done, but I bounce around between, whether it's projects or um just like chores or whatever the case may be. I find myself
Yeah.
bouncing around doing things and never fully completing something.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, I say concentration is probably one of my biggest anxieties. I honestly I didn't realize it was an anxiety until now. Shit.
Yeah. Especially it's like
Yeah.
if it's attributing to like you wanting to get all of it done.
Hmm.
So you think doing all of it at the same time is the only way to get it done. Or, even when you try to split time for it, but it's just knowing that you're taking on 20 different projects at the same time and your mind is just going everywhere to a point where it draws a blank.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely see that, yeah.
Damn. You guys name an example? Jeff said parents like to solve concentration problems by smacking the back of the head. Have you tried that? Yeah, many times. Got slapped too many times.
Yeah, same here.
Scrambles everything.
What about you, Chief? You got an example?
Of concentration problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I can really relate to it. Not to say like undermining, but as far as like concentration problems, I don't think like nothing comes to mind having problems with it.
Hmm.
Just because I'm used to just like focusing on something and finishing it, whether I slack on something else.
Right.
But yeah,
I feel
that's my
you.
fault.
I have an
Um,
I have an example
go for
actually.
it.
So one thing I realize that I do is if I have to do something for somebody else, I finish it faster than I have to do something for myself.
Mm,
Facts. Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized that, if somebody's like, "Hey, Husky, can you do this for me?" And it's like something simple and easy, I know I can get it done, like I'll do it. But when it comes shit for myself, it could be something so easy,
Yeah.
but I procrastinate.
Yeah. I think that's like when you're doing it for someone else, you create that
Yeah.
timeline, that time constraint for it.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
then when you do something for yourself, you say, I have all the time in the world. I could definitely
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
That makes a
Bro,
lot of
I
sense.
bro, I make all the anthems like that. When it comes to making music, I'm a fucking stickler. Like I'll sit on a song like and just looking at it, edit, 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 and then right when I'm finally done, I'm like scrap the song. It's never coming out. And then yeah, like that's my example is like music when it comes to me. Like I believe like having a creative mind because like my
Mhm.
mind's racing. Like I think in pictures. I think in in all I always say I think different than everybody, but that's
Right.
just coming from an artist standpoint. Like when I'm working on something, bro, like it's fucking if it doesn't excite me to the point where I'm like, "Oh shit, I got to do this now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like then I'm doing absolutely nothing or what I consider nothing because my mind's racing at all times. Even when I'm talking to people,
Hmm.
like when people tell stories and they tell you to picture everything, regular conversations, I start picturing things.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where then I get lost and I'm like, I have no idea what we're talking about. I don't know what we're doing. Like concentration is like when I'm like looking through, I'm like, I heard you, but I don't understand you
Right.
at
Right.
this point. So as far as like having like I keep saying it, the creative mind, like my mind as an artist, like I can't I can't explain a lot of things the way I want to. I
Yeah, I
can't
agree.
say things like I look at people, I'm like, man, only if you could see what I'm
Thinking.
I, I'm
Yeah.
thinking because I'm saying it out loud and it's not coming out the way I want it to.
Right.
And it's just that's yeah, my and then I'm just out of it because you know especially like us doing the podcast.
Hmm.
So I'm balancing the music me and then the podcast me and going to work and everyday life and it's like it's all tied in because it's me being genuine as the person I am but it's like unlocking a different part of it like
Yeah.
life in a relationship that's not artist Cyrus
Right.
and guy at the Cyrus at work is not Cyrus here on the podcast like
Yeah.
I know how to turn on things, like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, this is how, I had to get this motor running in order to be this way on the podcast or in my music or at
Yeah.
work, at home, with my lady. Like, definitely, it hurts. It hurts my head. It hurts a lot. I'm in pain now just thinking it because trying to. So I've gotten to a point. Maybe I should work on it. I just shoot shoot from the hip and I just say whatever's on my mind.
Yeah.
It may not come out right, but I was like, I'm trying to tell you something, and I'm just gonna say it. Just with
Yeah.
whatever words form, I'm just gonna say it, and
Yeah.
hopefully you get it. So yeah,
Y-
that's a motherfucker.
You ever seen that show, The Good Doctor?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
So the way you ever seen when he's thinking about something, when it comes to like a patient and they're trying to examine him or him or her, and they're like, well, we don't know if it's this or that, and then he's looking at the patient, and then everything pops up. Like say there's issue uh
hundred
in
percent.
the ab
Yeah.
in the abdominal can't even say it, abdominal region, like the whole abdominal area pulls up, and then he starts subtracting the ribs,
Bro.
opens the ribs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I
That's
think. That's how
that's
I
how I
think.
think.
That's
That's how I think. or I try to tell people like, no, it's this, it's that, and then
Yes.
and people aren't seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
no, I'm trying to tell you, and I know it doesn't make sense, but
Exactly.
this is what I like. Definitely.
Uncle Reddit, thank you for being here. Appreciate you for
Yes,
showing up.
sir. Yeah,
To love
all
that
love.
show. He has no filter. Exactly. He has no filter. But yeah, that when you were talking about like that's like the main example that comes to mind is like when he's picturing everything, everything is like coming out, you know, from a creative mind. Like I'm not musically talented. I'm
Uh-huh.
not artistically talented. Like I feel like I have no talents whatsoever. But when I think, my mind is like I can picture everything, you know?
Right, it just
Makes
starts
sense.
running.
Yeah.
It just starts
Yeah.
running.
If
Yeah.
I can draw a fucking a Picasso in my mind, and then the minute I try to put it on paper, it looks like shit.
Right.
But
No, you just tell them it's abstract.
it's,
You get
it's abstract,
you gotta squint your eyes, and then you'll
right?
see.
Right. What's up, Juan?
Whatever.
So go on.
Yeah, it's like definitely. So I understand what you're saying. That shit's it's crazy. Yeah, because definitely it's hard to explain to somebody what you're thinking.
Right.
Uh, Uncle Reddit say I draw like a drunk 3-year-old.
Uncle Reddit, it's abstract. You just squint your
Abstract.
eyes. You
Oh,
squint your eyes, and then you throw on 3D glasses, and
oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That shit's crazy. It's crazy.
yeah. And I think it's just something with especially with that creative process. Um, like, how do you
Passionate.
say? Like pretty pretty much like you create something from nothing.
Right, right,
You create something that doesn't exist. Like it exists in your head only,
right.
and it's your job to show everybody like, "Yo, like I'm the only person who thought of this." We may think alike, but I'm the only person, you're bringing something to life that doesn't exist.
Sounds legit.
Swear to God, my head hurts.
Oh man, and it does get tiring. Tiring.
I'm fatigued now.
Which yeah, I was about to say, which brings us to like one of the other symptoms is I know that Cyrus and I deal with this a lot. I'm not sure about you, Chief, but like difficulty sleeping and restlessness and
Yeah.
fatigue. Like
Oh,
definitely,
oh yeah,
you deal with that too.
yeah. Like I just don't sleep at night. Like I'm just always up.
Yeah,
Like was it insomnia?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
my wife is such a big worry wart that I now realize, oh, she like having her anxiety. Like the smallest thing, it's like with me too. Like the smallest thing, like for her, if she didn't do something at work, like it bugs her, you know. And sometimes she can't sleep when she comes home. Um, if there's shit that like I'm supposed to do, that's why this part is fun. If there's something I'm supposed to do and I don't do it right away, it bugs her. She can't sleep. So I have to go and do whatever it is that I'm supposed to do in order for her to like put her mind at ease. Like it's crazy.
Definitely.
Said Uncle Reddit said, "Yep, tired all the time, but sleep like shit." Big facts. Does it trigger you when she's worked up? I get that here. Two anxiety two anxiety types. Yeah, definitely. When she's all like worked up and panicking about shit and not sure what to do, like it bugs me because I can't do anything to relax her mind, you
Right.
know. So then I go into my little anxiety and I'm like, fuck, now I can't sleep. Like sometimes we'll try and go to sleep and they call it pillow talk when you're just talking at night before bed and all of a sudden all these conversations pop up, like it just fucks up the whole mood and nobody can go to sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like, oh, how was your day? Oh, it was good. Oh, this happened at work. This happened at work. okay, did we pay this?